Michael Higgins. Welcome to the 2013 State Dinner. We're here at the Anne Clark Centre. Can you tell us what's your favourite memory of the centre?
Oh, the opening of the Anne Clark Centre, and Anne Clark herself. She was just such a special lady. She was on my badging panel when I got my B grade badge, and I have that still. So definitely Anne Clark and the Anne Clark Centre. Going back quite a few years ago, I was umpiring quite a very close game. That was in my heyday, and the crowds would have been about half a dozen deep all the way around the court. And I made this one decision, and the crowds went, oh, and this one voice at the back of me said, good decision, umpire, and it was Nita. So I thought, yes.
Going around the wall here and looking at the old photos of the centre, I was here in 88, I think it was, when we had the first Nationals. It was my first time at Anne Clark Centre, and that is a fond memory of the centre in those days. It was very good. And then they were just starting to build the building that we're standing in now. So it was just those fond memories of the development of it. And it'll be sad to see us leave this place, but it'll be good in the new centre. It'll be fabulous. Looking forward to that.
Oh gosh, I guess all our training things and everything here. We were here for many, many hours. But I guess one of my memories I'd like to bring forward, it wasn't at the Anne Clark Centre, but it was certainly in 1991 when all the ladies and the people from Netball New South Wales worked on the 1991 World Tournament that was in Sydney, and that was an amazing time, and without all our volunteers it just wouldn't have happened. And of course we won by 1 goal, so that was kind of nice, and I was lucky enough to be managing at that time. So I guess that's a good memory of New South Wales overall. I'm happy that we're having another dinner here, because we had one, I think it's about 5 years ago, but I'm not sure, and it was just wonderful, and it's amazing to see all the work the girls have done with all the history, to look around the walls and remember all the things that have happened. Tells you how old you are, I guess, but it's kind of nice to have been a part of it all, so it's just amazing. But it's lovely to be here. Thanks, Victoria.
I've been around for so long that I have many memories, and I remember when the Anne Clark Centre was just one court, Dungeon Court D. And I've umpired many games here when state championships was outside on the outdoor courts here. In the good days when state championships were really at the top level with the likes of the Keely Deverys, the Anne Sargents, all of that, like Janet Corbett, all of those, and my sister was playing as well. They were fantastic days, many friends, many hard days, long days of state championships where you ended up with blisters on the bottom of your feet because you did so many games.
One would be umpiring with Anne Clark. A person that I was very afraid of. If I saw her name on the fixture book, I would get very nervous. And then I had to go to that court, and there she was, the famous Anne Clark. But I really enjoyed umpiring with her, and that was when I used to see her and Dot McHugh travelling to all the championships. And once the Anne Clark Centre was named after her, it was a really fitting memorial to her. And there were many times at the Anne Clark Centre umpiring some fantastic matches, especially between Manly and Randwick. They were the best.
I think probably the 1993 grand final here between Ku-ring-gai and Randwick. I was coaching Ku-ring-gai because that game enabled us to then go into the National League competition as it stood there. So that's definitely a memorable moment, and undoubtedly the first game of the Commonwealth Bank Trophy that was played here in 1997 between what was then the Swifts and the Firebirds.
Probably one of my favourite memories of the centre, and going back to Anne Clark and the very early days with Anne and her other workers, Audrey Davis, Doc McHugh, in the canteen, because it was the canteen income that sort of kept the centre going and growing. And just the way the ladies worked in the canteen, and when we had big days, and particularly the original classics was held here at that particular time, they are very fond memories.
Oh, well, probably one of the favourites is the state championships here that were played at the Anne Clark Centre, because those days we selected our state players from the championships, and it was a fight to the death. And there was, I think there was Newcastle, Manly, Sutherland, and Randwick, and we fought like mad, the four of us. So I remember that outside, and I can tell you a funny story about it. We were 2 players short, so the captain rang up Vicky Kerr and said, "You'll have to come and play, it's just outside here." And she said, "I can't, I've just been doing the housework, I haven't played netball for so long." And then we said, "Yes, we'll only play you one game." And anyway, she played every game, and we had the showers. She had to come in and have a cold shower after every game so that we could keep her going. And we won that championship, so there you go.
Nina Matthews, welcome to the 2013 State Dinner. You were here when the Anne Clark Centre first laid its foundation stone. Can you tell us a little bit about that day?
Well, I do remember that it was one of the most important days in the history of netball in New South Wales, and because it was so important that here we were turning the first sod of soil to build this building which serviced us for so many years in so many different ways. It was magic.